There's the missing that makes sense. The empty chair at dinner. The silence at night. The bed too big for one. But that's not what they said. When we asked 82 widows what they missed most, none said the anniversaries. Not the birthday cards. Not even the way he held their hand. They said things so small, so ordinary, so achingly specific. You'd never think they mattered until they were gone. One woman said, "I missed the way he cleared his throat before speaking. It meant he was about to tell me something thoughtful." Another whispered, "The way he tapped the car roof twice before we drove away. Like a blessing." Tiny moments, invisible habits. And yet, they're what echo loudest in the quiet that follows a goodbye. So why do the smallest things hurt the most? That's what we're here to find out. Maybe you felt it too. That strange ache for something you can't quite name. You try to carry on because that's what you're supposed to do. But sometimes, grief surprises you, not with a wave, but with a whisper. You open a drawer and find his old watch. The band is cracked. It doesn't tick. But your breath catches anyway. Or you hear someone humming the tune he used to hum when washing dishes. And you're suddenly not in the grocery store anymore. You're back in your kitchen. And your heart doesn't know the difference between memory and presence. Loss isn't loud. It's quiet. And it lingers in the corners. There was Margaret, married 49 years. What she missed most? The way he'd nudge his glasses up when he was about to say something clever. She said she still catches herself looking for that gesture in strangers. Then there was June, who confessed with a laugh and a tear, "I miss yelling at him to turn down the TV. He never could hear a thing, but he always knew when I was annoyed. That was our language." And Helen said something that stopped us cold. She said, "I miss being annoyed." She missed the socks on the floor, the half-drunk cups of coffee left in every room, the way he'd forget where he put his keys every single morning. But that was life, she said, and I didn't realize how alive it was until it wasn't. Grief doesn't always cling to milestones. Sometimes it clings to routines. The very things we once found irritating become sacred because they were proof of presence. And presence, it turns out, is what we crave, not perfection. Another widow shared, every Sunday morning, he'd read the paper out loud, even when no one was listening. Now, I keep the newspaper just to hear the rustle. That rustle isn't just noise, it's memory made tangible. Lesson 1. We don't grieve the grand gestures, we grieve the rituals. Lesson 2. What once annoyed us may someday become our most cherished reminder. Lesson 3. Love isn't always in the words. Sometimes it's in the clearing of a throat, a car door slam, a familiar whistle down the hall. But maybe the most powerful thing we heard was from a woman named Estelle. She said, "I thought I'd miss the big things. His voice, his arms around me. But what I miss most is the weight of him on the mattress. The weight. Not the man himself, but the impression he left. The shift in gravity beside her at night. The subtle sag of memory where love once lay. It's not just presence we miss. It's the feeling of being tethered. So maybe grief is less about what's gone and more about what lingers, the things that leave fingerprints on our routines, the shadows that stretch from small habits, the echoes that live inside silence. We think grief is loud, but maybe it's the quiet that undoes us, because only love that's lived deeply can leave behind such subtle evidence. So if you're still waking up beside someone, pay attention to the little things. The sigh before sleep, the way they butter toast, the sound of their keys in the lock. One day, you might find those were the parts that mattered most. The weight of love is not measured in anniversaries, but in the way a mattress remembers. If you like stories like this, check out our channel, The Golden Compass.